going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck here again. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Now, I titled the video this way because I have to say that, despite all of the other content that I'm going to be pushing regarding Candace Owens, this is the one thing we can agree on, and that is free speech. Now, her reason for wanting it could be a little different from mine, but I think the end goal should be to get some free speech. So, I have a video that, of course, she did on her channel where she talks about Jimmy Kimmel and then she gives some commentary after that. So, before we get to it, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the Lady Luck Club. We are trying to hit 30,000 supporters by September 30th. And by God, we're going to hit it. You guys have no idea how much I've been praying and asking God to bless me with just the ability to reach out to more individuals to share information and knowledge and truth and education that can help you all in your daily lives. So please subscribe and hit the like button. Engage in the comments area. Please leave questions and comments and thoughts and concerns and everything else. And share the content. Share the videos. You can post them up on your social media. I don't care. I just want the supporters to know that from here in the Lady Luck Club, we are pushing out facts and information that you can use. And I appreciate all of you. So let's get to it. We're going to check this out, and I'm going to make sure this is not a long video, but this is how she's kind of summoning up her thoughts about Jimmy Kimmel being fired and then being brought back and the aspect of free speech. Let's get to it.
Whether or not you think it was a insensitive joke, okay, I don't think that would have been the justification for saying that he now needs to donate to charity and lose his whole life. And this is what happened. He's taken off air, and some people are saying, hey, Candace, they did this to us. And you're not wrong, right? If you were on the right and you are saying that when the whole George Floyd thing happened, people lost their jobs for saying sensible things or making a joke, you are correct. Like, you are right to say, yes, that absolutely did happen. But if you're not recognizing that when you just flip the coin, it's the same people that are gaining more power, I just want the attacks on free speech to stop, okay? I want the reaction, if you're angry about what Jimmy Kimmel said, is for the free markets to take him out, right? He doesn't have a show because nobody's watching him anymore because they're so disgusted by what he said. That's what I want. I want us to be in control, right? Of where we spend our dollars, of what we're saying, and not like the government to press a button and say, you lose everything because we don't like what you said. And it should be noted, by the way, that in the same monologue, he did call the murder senseless. The day that it happened, Jimmy Kimmel posted a message on Instagram sending love to the Kirk family, to the victims of gun violence. He posted, instead of the angry finger pointing, can we just for one day agree that it's horrible and monstrous to shoot another person? On behalf of my family, we send love to the Kirks and to all the children, parents, and innocents who fall victim to senseless gun violence. You wouldn't have thought that he had posted that in terms of everyone that were just like stripping him of everything. I want to be clear. I don't like Jimmy Kimmel, right? I think he is a part of the radical left. The people that are constantly shouting, I don't like him at all.
I don't know why it needs to be an issue of radical left. If that's your only reason for not liking someone and for wanting them to not have income, that's a very small-minded way of thinking. Because is that what God wants you to do? God is not going to ask you on Judgment Day, did you vote Democrat or Republican, or were you a radical left or a radical right wing? God doesn't care about our silly politics. He cares about our actions and cares about us doing the right thing, which is, I can appreciate what she's saying. But to turn around and wish him financial harm and that he lose his job and all of that over something that she even admits was not even worthy of him being fired from. So you want the power to shift from the government to your hands to where you can do something worse? I don't understand. And honestly, you got to think about, why is she pushing free speech? Well, because she has a lawsuit against her for defamation from the French president and the first lady, the Macrons. So of course she's going to advocate for free speech right now because she's in the hot seat. If that lawsuit did not exist, I don't think she would care less one way or the other. I honestly think she would be saying, yeah, good for Jimmy Kimmel. You got canceled. He's no longer working. She wouldn't be saying that if she was not facing a lawsuit in court on the aspect of defamation, because she does not know how to stop lying on someone's gender, which is something that can be proven with science, which is what they're going to do. And now she wants to, I want the attack on free speech to stop because she's in the hot seat.
But I'm just recognizing that our solution to being angry at each other always seems to be, let's give the government more power, right? Let's give the government more power. And that's what happened here, okay? The chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, Brendan Carr, jumped up and he criticized Jimmy Kimmel's remarks. He threatened federal action against ABC affiliates who carried the show. What? Federal action if you carry the Jimmy Kimmel show? Does that seem right to you? Okay? Again, if you're on the right and you cheered this on, do you understand? We never, ever, ever should be applauding federal action when it comes to speech. Okay? We're all losing. We are all losing.
And I agree to that. It shouldn't be if you're on the right. You have people just being people. If you're an American, you should not want an attack on free speech, right or left. Two things that God does not care about. He doesn't care about you being on the right or the left. I can guarantee you that's not going to be a question on Judgment Day you will be asked who you voted for. Were they right or left wing? That's irrelevant. The politics that we have is a man-made construct. It's an ideology. That's not going to get you into heaven. Just say because we're Americans, we should not want this to happen. Period.
Have to wake up. That's what happened. Brendan Carr of the FCC was joining Benny Johnson, and that's what he said, that he absolutely wants to make sure that people are not carrying this show anymore, and that after one of the mergers that they did, I just see the same people are constantly being empowered. And I want to point that out to you because you have to be more conscious of that. It's like they use our emotions, left versus right, to manipulate all of us. And it's completely wrong. It's completely crazy. And they're also calling for him to make a meaningful personal donation to the Kirk family and Turning Point USA. What? That's a shakedown. That's what they did to Kyrie Irving. I don't like what you said. Donate to the Holocaust Museum. What? I can't cheer this on, guys. I'm sorry. I can't cheer this on because I don't like it. I know for a fact, as I just showed you, that this was Charlie's fear. The government coming in on speech. That's what's happening right now. They're taking over our speech under the guise of fighting hate. TikTok, by the way. Did you guys see this? Israel's pretty much taking over TikTok. There's no other way to say it.
Okay, and then she goes into Israel. But, for the most part, the free speech issue is something that I can agree to. And I do agree, regardless, we are Americans. This is the United States of America. We have constitutional rights and protections afforded to us all. It does not indicate except if you're on the right or the left. It is a very immature way of trying to exercise constitutional rights when you are limiting it to being a right versus left issue when it should not be. So at the end of the day, if you don't want to have it polarized and you don't want the division, then stop speaking of something being left wing or right radical or right wing, left radical, all that nonsense that will not get you into heaven. Just appreciate being an American and having the right to free speech and freedom of the press so that we can exercise our rights the correct way. And hopefully, the whole right versus left thing will become more and more diminished once humanity get it together and we stop fighting on stuff like that. All right, y'all. Please make sure you check the description of the video for the Dr. Squatch products. We are partnered with Dr. Squatch. Purchase some soap, deodorant, toiletries, shaving cream, fragrances for your family members, loved ones. And it'll be a great stocking stuffer for Christmas, which is not too far away. So please consider purchasing Dr. Squatch products that will be tagged. I do receive a commission on the purchases of the items that are tagged in the video. They must be purchased through clicking on the products that are tagged. So I do receive a commission on it, and it goes back to the channel. And as always, other ways to donate, Cash App and Zelle, and that will be in the description of the video. Thank you guys so much for listening in. I appreciate all of you and your support. Hit the like button and subscribe. And until the next one, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.